Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a video on basal body temperature, and I was not very familiar with basal body temperature until this month. I started using it to help me just track a little bit more closely. So for you that don't know, basal body temperature is a person's lowest body temperature at risk. So the way you do basal body temperature tracking is every morning before you wake up, before you get out of bed, before you start moving, before you get up, go pee or anything, you reach for your thermometer and you take your temperature. And for basal body temperature to be accurate, you have to sleep for at least 4 hours, not get up throughout the night, don't even start talking, don't start playing on your phone or anything when you wake up the next morning. Just take your temperature. So I started out using just a regular thermometer, just a dollar store thermometer. A lot of people say that you need a basal body thermometer. And the reason for this is because a regular thermometer will read 97.9, for instance, and a basal body temperature thermometer will read 97.98. So it gives you a second number after the decimal. And I was actually told by someone that you can use a regular thermometer. You just press the button to turn it on and you hold it, and it actually converts it to Celsius, and then you just go on Google, put in your Celsius number, and it'll give you your Fahrenheit conversion, which will be 2 numbers after the decimal. So that's what I did this month. And I'm just going to share with you my calendar for June and what my basal body temperatures were. So I started tracking my temperatures on the 14th of June. And I did that because I normally ovulate, or my LH peak normally comes around the 15th or 16th day of my cycle. So I started on the 14th of June, which would have been my 13th cycle day. And on that day, it was 97.0. On the 15th, it was 96.9. And then I actually peaked on the next day, and it was 96.9 that day. On the 17th, it was still 96.9, so same trend here. And then that was the day that I ovulated. So the next day, which would have been 1 DPO, my temp increased to 97.0. So it went up 0.1. And at this time, I didn't know about the Celsius conversion, so this is just the 1 decimal that I'm using. But it had went up to 97.0 on the 18th, which was DPO 1. And then on the 19th, went up to 97.3. So you can see that my temperature is rising. And with the basal body temperature, what you're looking for is your temperature to rise after ovulation. And that lets you know that you ovulated. On the 20th, I went up to 97.34. That's when I learned about the Celsius conversion. On the 21st, 97.34. On the 22nd, 97.7. On the 23rd, 97.7. On the 24th, 97.52. And then that's when I saw a pretty big increase. From the 24th to the 25th, I jumped from 97.52 to on the 25th I was 97.88. So that's a pretty big temperature increase there. They call that a basal spike, which means just a spike in your temperature. So at that time I was, let me count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had been, on that day I was 8 DPO on the 25th. So what that told me was that on the 24th, which I would have been 7 DPO, that was the day that my egg implanted into my uterus. So that's what a basal body temperature spike is supposedly showing you. And then on the 26th, my temperature actually went back down to 97.34. And I was a little bit concerned because I had read that if your basal body temperature starts to decrease after ovulation, that you're probably going to have your period and you're not pregnant. So I did a little research and I found that after you have that spike, that you can have a dip in your temperature, and it's called an implantation dip. And that's completely normal. So you just want to watch, and what you're actually watching for is your cover line. The cover line is, let me show you. So these are my ovulation, my temps before I ovulated, like first part of my cycle. And then the cover line, so here's the temps, the lower temps. Here's the cover line. And here are the temps after I ovulated. So as long as your temperatures don't go below that cover line and down into those lower temperatures, then you're okay. So my temperature never went below the cover line. So then let's go back to the rest of my days. So on the 27th, I was still 97.34. 28th, 97.54. 29th, 97.54. And then today I'm still 97.54. And this is 13 DPO. So I've not went below my cover line. My period is supposed to start estimated probably on Thursday, so 2 days from now. So right now I am looking good as far as possible pregnancy because my temperatures are holding steady. So I hope that information helps you all. I mean, it's a little confusing, but if you do your research, it's not too hard to understand. Basal body temperature isn't going to help you necessarily get pregnant, but it will help you to verify what you're thinking is going on. So it helps you to feel a little more at ease. I like to know what's going on with my body. Some people don't really want to know because it makes them have more anxiety, but it makes me feel better knowing more information. So that's all for today's video, and I will talk to you all soon.